Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The bold and the beautiful spoilers and updates tease if Grace Buckingham, Cassandra Creech, truly did pull off a scam. And Liam Spencer's, Scott Clifton, tumor was fake. Someone will demand answers. But the most furious person in Liam's close circle will pour out his wrath on Grace. Bill Spencer, Don Diamond, paid $1 million to get rid of a fake tumor. The other doctors who worked with Liam, Dr. John Finn Finnegan, Tanner Novlin, and Bridget Forrester, Ashley Jones, are already suspicious and asking a lot of questions. Bridget was upset Grace signed off on Liam being released, and both she and Finn are wondering how Liam's inoperable tumor was removed, experimental procedure or not. Finn did acknowledge to Bill that he had seen the most recent MRI scan done on Liam after his experimental procedure and agreed it was clear, Bill calling it a miracle. But they can't get over how unusual it was for an inoperable tumor to be removed with no ill effects in the patient. And neither Finn nor Bridget had ever heard of this Dr. Adhikari, Dinesh Thyavarajan, that assisted Grace in this clinic Liam was taken to. Finn gets in on the suspicions about Grace and what really happened to Liam. Both he and Bridget remember how evasive she was when Liam was first brought into the hospital. She didn't want anyone else on Liam's case, and all the previous MRI scans were seemingly done in secret, and Liam was being given a whole lot of pills. Liam had stayed with Finn and Steffi Forrester, Jacqueline Misinswood, for much of his time because Finn wanted to keep an eye on him. Finn wasn't involved with the family when Grace's husband Reese Buckingham, Wayne Brady, and others colluded in the case of Beth Spencer, Jordan Lynn Ariza, but he knows the story. Through much study of Liam's records, and especially the MRI scans done at their hospital, Bridget and Finn solve the mystery, and Grace is in a heap of trouble as she falsified Liam's records and swapped another patient's scans for Liam's. To what end is unclear. But since Bill paid for the surgery, they speak to him in private. They'll deal with Grace's medical malfeasance through medical channels. It's agreed not to trouble Liam or anyone else in his family with the fraud, but Bill tears into Grace. It's too late to get back his $1 million, but the financial records will definitely be used in court. At Forrester Creations, Grace makes her move. Grace Buckingham has been dancing around the truth for weeks, cornered by Bridget's intense medical curiosity and Finn's soft-spoken suspicion. But now she's had enough. On Wednesday's episode of The Bold and the Beautiful, Grace stuns everyone with a whispered confession that quickly spirals into a public scandal. It all begins when Bridget invites Grace to lunch at Il Giardino, pretending it's just a friendly catch-up. But Grace has seen this trick before. The invitation is laced with medical lingo and loaded glances. She knows Bridget is up to something, and she's right. As soon as the two sit down, Bridget casually drops the question, "Tell me again how you diagnosed the tumor?" "I cross-checked the data, Grace. Something doesn't add up." Grace clutches her wine glass, breath hitching. She could lie again, but the walls are closing in. Finn's recent lab tests don't match her original documentation, and Taylor, suspicious as ever, has been digging through old licensing records. So instead, Grace does something no one expects. She tells the truth. With tears in her eyes and her voice cracking, she leans in and says, "There was no tumor. I made it up because I was paid to." Bill Spencer, from business mogul to bomb thrower. Back at Spencer Publications, Bill paces his office like a lion on the hunt. He's been receiving anonymous messages, cryptic screenshots, audio clips, snippets of Grace talking to someone on the phone about the plan and the payout. He's had his suspicions ever since Liam's recovery took a sudden bizarre turn. Now the pieces are finally falling into place. And Bill is furious. He slams a folder onto the table. Justin Barber, his once right-hand man turned reluctant ally again, flinches as Bill growls. $1 million. That's what it cost to fake a brain tumor. And guess who footed the bill? Justin's eyebrows shoot up. Who? Me. That's right. The money came from a shell company I invested in. I didn't even know. They used my money, my reputation, to stage the biggest scam in Forrester history. Bill has been involved in a lot of shady deals, but this time he's been played. And that's something Dollar Bill never forgives. He turns toward Justin, eyes narrowed. I want names. I want dates. I want everything. Whoever's behind this is going to wish they'd never been born. The shocking truth spills out. Grace faces the Forresters. Grace's confession spreads through the Forrester ranks like wildfire. Within hours, Ridge, Brooke, and even Eric are demanding answers. But it's Finn and Steffi who take the hardest hit. They trusted Grace to help protect Liam. Now they realize she may have endangered him for cold, hard cash. Steffi storms into Forrester's executive office, slamming the door behind her. Her eyes blaze as she confronts Grace. You lied about a brain tumor? You let my daughter believe her father was dying. You let me believe it. Grace pleads, trying to explain that she was manipulated, hired. But Steffi's having none of it. You should be in jail. Eric, always the peacemaker, tries to step in. But Ridge is just as livid. You better pray that whoever paid you gets exposed before we press charges. And it's only a matter of time before that someone comes into view. Enter Taylor Hayes. Playing double agent? While the Forresters stew in betrayal, Taylor is on a mission. She's already halfway convinced that the scam goes deeper than Grace. Her theory? The real mastermind is someone close. Too close. So she does what she does best, plays the long game. Taylor sets up a meeting with Grace under the pretense of offering help. You're not the only one who's been backed into a corner, Taylor whispers. Tell me who paid you. I can protect you. Grace hesitates. She doesn't trust Taylor, but she also knows time is running out. And so the name slips from her lips like poison. Daphne. Daphne, puppet master in heels. Daphne, the mysterious new arrival who's been charming her way through both Forrester and Spencer, is no innocent newcomer. A former biotech liaison with ties to international clinics and research firms, Daphne has been quietly aligning herself with the power players of LA and using their secrets to leverage her way into influence. It turns out she arranged the payout to Grace. And worse, she used shell companies connected to Bill Spencer's holdings to do it. Back in her penthouse suite, Daphne is sipping a martini when she receives a knock on the door. It's Bill. He doesn't waste time. He throws a folder on her coffee table. Bank records, wire transfers, false invoices. Care to explain why you used my money to bankroll a fake tumor story? Daphne rises slowly, a sly smile playing on her lips. Because your son was boring. Because Forrester was stagnant. Because I saw an opportunity to make things interesting. Bill is silent for a moment. Then he moves close, his voice low and dangerous. You've messed with my family, my company, and my wallet. I should sue you into the next century. But Daphne doesn't flinch. Go ahead. But if I go down, I take half of LA with me. Hope and Liam, torn again. News of the scam hits Hope hard. She finds herself torn between empathy and rage. Grace's lie gave her back Liam, but at what cost? Hope finally confronts Liam about what this means for their future. Did you really change, Liam? Or was it all just because you thought you were dying? Liam, newly recovered and clear-eyed, answers from the heart. Maybe at first, but Hope, facing death made me realize what really mattered. And that's you. But Hope hesitates. Trust is fragile, and the foundation of their reunion now feels tainted. Bridget's redemption, and a medical bombshell. Meanwhile, Bridget continues her quiet investigation, and what she finds is jaw-dropping. There was a tumor in the records, briefly. A minor, non-life-threatening cyst, likely harmless. But someone had tampered with the scans, enlarged the mass, and labeled it terminal. Bridget uncovers the name of the radiologist who signed off on it, Dr. Remy Calhoun. Another name from Daphne's past. Now it's clear, Daphne orchestrated not just a lie, but a full-scale medical manipulation. And Bridget isn't going to stay quiet. This goes beyond scandal. This is criminal, she tells Ridge and Eric. We need to involve the authorities. The final blow, dollar bill goes public. Never one to let someone else write the story, Bill calls a press conference. Standing before cameras with the Spencer Publications logo behind him, he lays out the entire story. Not to protect himself, but to control the narrative. Today I learned that money I invested was used to manipulate medical records and create a false diagnosis. The victims include my family, the Forresters, and the public trust. Let it be known, Spencer Publications will not tolerate corruption, no matter where it hides. Reporters erupt with questions, and social media explodes. By the next morning, the headlines scream a dollar bill exposes medical fraud in LA. Fake tumor scandal rocks fashion and publishing empires. Taylor's last word, and a glimmer of romance. In a quiet moment, Taylor visits Bill. Despite their rocky history, she sees the toll this has taken on him. You did the right thing, she tells him. You owned your part in it. Bill, softened for once, admits, I may have lost $1 million, but I might have gained something more important. They lock eyes. And for just a second, the tension turns tender. Could a new chapter be beginning? Daphne retaliates, launching a smear campaign against Bridget and Finn. Luna finds herself entangled when old texts to Daphne emerge. Grace makes a final decision, to flee town or face the charges. Brooke and Ridge grow closer, finding unity in the chaos. And Taylor's connection with Bill deepens, as their shared need for redemption draws them together. One lie, $1 million, and a ripple effect that could change Los Angeles forever. The drama is just getting started on The Bold and the Beautiful. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our Boldy and BAUTFULUPDAT YouTube channel for more update news.